Okay, so you did all of this in Jamaica.
Yes, all in Jamaica.
But everybody said it's impossible to do business in Jamaica.
Nothing is impossible.
Listen, nowhere to me like Jamaica. Jamaica is one of the easiest country or island that I've ever done business on. It is different.
All right, so what if I told you that there was a black family, yeah, I said it, a black family in Jamaica that is responsible for the most rapidly growing energy and courier business on the island? What if I told you that this family works as a unit to make all of their dreams come true and to get financially free? That sounds like a fairy tale, don't it? But guess what, T? Let them know what's happening.
Yes, so we're gonna meet the sibling power, Tash and Ryan, today. I'm here to tell us I'm super impressed by them. How them put hands and heart together and work and expand their businesses, taking on multiple different projects, just continue growing. I'm impressed by them, Tash and Ryan, the great.
And what's crazy, what's amazing about this story that is happening here on the most expensive island that I've been to. It's happening on the island where the stereotype tells you you can't do nothing here in Jamaica. You know, people are bad mind in Jamaica. That's a stereotype. But this family here, they're shattering that stereotype. They're showing you, and they're doing it well. And they're progressive Jamaican entrepreneurs that they're taking over the game.
Yeah,
they're taking over the game.
Yeah, man, they're killing it. I'm impressed by them.
So we're about to go and have a reasoning and a vibe with this family business right now. I feel like this is important to show real progressive black idols that we could look up to, because that's where the vibes and the energy is at. So let's go there right now.
Hi guys, so we are here today at RTA Shipping and Energy Solution.
Yes, RTA Biz Shipping / Ship It JA and RTA Biz Energy Solutions.
Yes,
the two separate companies but same ownership.
Right, and this is the lovely Tasha Anna. So as I said before, we are here at RTA. We are checking out this business. We see it from it a baby, a come up, and we see how it grow, and we see how it sustain itself, and we see their team, and we are very impressed. So we are here with Tash. And Tash, you're gonna just tell us the story about how you get started, what inspired you to get started.
In logistics in particular.
Yeah, right.
Oh, okay. All right, so starting in logistics, RTA Biz Shipping, which is now known as Ship It JA, we started with the pure need to just provide the shipping experience that a lot of customers want. At that time when we started back in 2014, persons had a challenge getting items from overseas to Jamaica. It was new to Jamaica. It was not branded wherein the mass of Jamaica actually understood and knew that yes, they could get their items from overseas right here in Jamaica, and as a matter of fact, straight to their doorsteps. Then now we decided to go a little bit further by providing the use of our credit card, our business credit card, for persons who were afraid to shop online because they were afraid of getting scammed.
Right.
They just didn't know how to, and they just weren't willing to use their personal card. So we jumped in and created and filled the niche market right there in purchasing for persons online. So that got a lot of persons high.
That is true.
Excited because the risk were so minimal. RTA Biz was taking on all the risk for them, and at some point there was no service fee at all. We were just doing it just to increase our service, our clientele, and as well as the service count, the package count.
Was it difficult to start this business off during the early days?
Actually, no, because my brother started this business. Well, we started with RTA Biz Energy Solutions, so we were mostly into solar related activities before we branched off because we saw the need to go into Korea.
Oh, so you started with solar first?
We started with solar.
Okay.
So even now, the market to enter is very low, so you'll have a lot of upcoming couriers up to now, but there has to be something that sets you apart, that allows or that draws the customer's attention to always want to ship with RTA.
Okay, so I wanted to ask you, what is your experience like doing business with RTA?
Well, it's not too bad. Very fast shipping, and it's reliable as far as I can see.
Oh, nice. So how long since you've been?
About 3 years.
Wow, you see that? That is how you know you have actual good service, when you have customers who loyal to you for so long.
I've shipped more than 2,000 packages so far. So.
And you're still shipping.
Yeah.
I love that.
So it's not hard to enter, but not many can enter and remain competitive or even remain open. You have to have the adrenaline and the longevity to continue in this business. And when your core focus is actually customer service, that gives you a little edge. And what we pride ourselves on doing is being the best. So we make your now experience better than your last experience, and if that is what we aim for all the time, it means that we somehow will improve on our customer service and how we actually relate to potential customers. And it's also the fact that we ship 3 times for the week, and it's very reliable. You have the option to do online payment. Our app, I think you should see the app. It's one of the best apps. Even just this morning, I got a message, Tash, we love your app. Yeah, so they either go to Google Play or they go to the App Store and download the app. It's free, and you can do just about anything in the app. You can talk to a customer service representative, you can track your own package, you can pay online, you see how much your package cost, you can do a statement from the app, basically showing how much money you spent for the month. You see every details if you wanted to be reminded of what you last shipped. Every single thing is there. If you wanted some information to relay back to your seller as it regards to an item and you wanted a tracking number to find out, every single thing is in the app. You can also, for example, pay online or pay in advance, and that money can be transferred to your wallet credit. And that wallet credit can be used to clear a package at a later date. You can also refer a friend, and each friend you refer, you get $100. And you can actually collect that cash once you reach the amount of 10 referrals. So here you are coming to collect your package and also collecting your cash.
Okay, so tell us about some of the challenges you had when you were just starting, like the main challenge.
Right, something you had to really dig deep and find a real solution for. What was one of those things?
Okay, so I think I want to highlight funding. It's very difficult to get funding as startup companies in Jamaica on a whole. For one, I don't think the government provide enough incentive or grants or programs in which startup can actually capitalize on. Likewise, the banks, they want you to have a history, not being cognizant of the fact that this is a startup and they wouldn't have had the capital to begin with. So it's hard to get a loan. That's one. And then the final thing is find the right fit as it regards to customer relations to represent your brand or your business to market to potential customers. So those were 2 major.
So how did you navigate it though? Tell me.
It's always a trial and error. It's always a trial and error. So at first, you have to be an owner of the business. You're no longer working a 9 to 5. You're working 24 hours per day, right? So that's one. It's a matter of the trial and error with customer representative or employees. You have to take them on with the hope that they'll perform just as you want to or what you yourself would provide. And you navigate with them, you guide them, you look on other bigger business and emulate certain qualities and try to implement it into your business, right? So I tell persons all the time, it doesn't hurt to if the person that you take on is not the right fit, you're still trying to find the right fit. So if someone comes along and they're not doing what you asked them for or what they said that they'll be able to do, there's nothing wrong with finding someone else that best fits your company and that you are comfortable because you're actually paying them to actually provide that service.
Right.
So those were two areas that we had to work long and hard about before we were able to find a very comfortable team, one that we are satisfied in, and one that not all employees will go above and beyond, because the notion is it's not my company, I just want a salary, or I just want to feed my family. So a lot. And I asked them from the get-go, is it that you're just looking for a job to fill the financial gap, or you want to work with RTA? Is it a passion of you?
Yeah.
Are you interested in logistics? So those are some of the questions that I always ask. And if it is that you're not able to, I like a person who's open, fair, and honest.
Right.
So tell me from the get-go what I'm working with. Allow me to stay if I want to work with you just the same. Or I know a lot of persons, so maybe they are hiring in a particular area. I could refer you to that person so you can actually fulfill your purpose in your passion.
Right. I love that. That is amazing. You know what? Why I find it so amazing, because you really don't find that perspective a lot of times, because being in business for years and interacting with many different business owners, some of them kind of take it personal. But to hear you stand here and say, well, if you don't fit us, we can place you somewhere else.
That's a whole different approach. That's awesome.
That's like a God move. May I tell you, that's a God move, because it's no hard feelings. We look for something, maybe in you, but you're perfect yourself.
You went through the same thing that a lot of us entrepreneurs go through when it's the capital to like really develop that dream that you have in your imagination, right? So the banks, they give you a hard time because it's not actualized yet. It's still in the blueprints, so it's hard to get that loan. So now, when you're trying to accumulate the capital to develop your business, how do you keep your mind strong, right? When you see all of the hurdles, all of the obstacles in your way, how do you keep your mind strong and continue to work towards your goal? Especially in Jamaica, where they say it's impossible to succeed.
Or to be honest with you, it has to be internal motivation from your family. My fellow business partner and brother Ryan Anderson, and just about the drive and the adrenaline to continue. Because if I'm to be honest with you, sometimes you feel as if you're almost gonna give up. But there's just this little urge and there's just a little push. Continue, you can make it. And when you have dreams too, when your dream and aspiration is to be the biggest shipping company in the Caribbean or the region, then that is something to push you, and you realize at one point you realize you were a quarter of the way, then you realize you are halfway. These are things that pushes you and say, hey, I can do this. What will it be like at the finish line? And you're so eager to get to the finish line, so you just want to do everything to get to the finish line, to have that feel of accomplishment and for such a big goal.
I love that, because as Tamani was saying, staying motivated as a 24-hour employee of your own business, because honestly, you never stop working when it's your business. Like when somebody else comes in, them clock out at a certain time. You will never clock out. You clock in all in your dreams.
That is true. That is true. You eat, sleep, and work.
Right. It's your life.
Yeah.
So it is so good. It's very refreshing. Like, I'm very impressed by you right now, because I really appreciate your perspective. It's very unique and it's very balanced. Very, very balanced. So I wanted to ask you a little bit now more about starting up the energy business. How was that?
Oh my gosh. All right. So Energy was started by my brother, Ryan Anderson, also shareholder of RTB's Shipping and Energy Solutions. And funny enough, it started out while he was in college, fixing stuff from he was a tender age. So now he started with LED bulbs installations. Then he pushed himself a bit further. From he was small, he was interested in fixing the radios, the fans, you name it, he's gonna pull up everything and put them back together, Bishan.
But he sounds like a genius, like he's a child prodigy.
I can tell you in that area, I think he is a genius. His brain never stopped thinking.
Right.
When I may be sleeping, I can guarantee you every morning I'm gonna wake up to a message, Tash, what do you think about this? Whether it be shipping, whether it be solar, his brain never go to sleep.
More hear everything. Give me the story from before you start walk.
Yeah,
when you learn to creep, more get into it and talk.
Oh, so that's our question. I mean, everyone asks. So how I got into it and then how we grew things is that when I was in college at Maritime, it was Caribbean Maritime at the time, Caribbean Maritime University. So I remember we were on a JPS project as it relates to LED lighting, and LED was just coming out and breaking through the market. And I was on that list of persons that were in charge of that pretty much as a student. And that gave me the exposure to renewable energy at the time. So it was just LED. We did the JPS street light and I actually fell in love with it then as an engineering student. So what happened is that I started asking questions as it relates to renewable energy from the other senior persons there on the team, and they were expert in their fields, like Mr. Herman Shim and Freddie White. They actually had solar companies, and so what I did was to just work with them a little in terms of getting knowledge from them everywhere they're going in terms of within the school. As it relates to solar panel and learning it and letting them teach me the calculation of the whole system. So I started out just in college and then the first system was a grid tie system that I did in Westmoreland for a popular person which I won't name.
Yes. Was it challenging any at all?
Well,
give it to me raw.
Challenging. Yes, challenging because then I wasn't used to climbing on tall buildings and working that hard. So I remember, but when you're finished, then the reward is satisfying. Then you're like, sure, I'm gonna do it again.
Yes, I love the drive. So Tash was telling me, so you've been a genius from your young. You were very technical.
Yeah. I like the technology side of things, and as far as I can remember, in terms of technology and electronics and electrical, I remember I was the one to mash up the radios, to try and fix it, then to our one computer.
Say they get enough beating?
Well, no, they didn't beat me for that. They used to just cuss. So that was that. So I remember we doing that, and then getting the exposure to go to Knox, and then I fell in love with electrical even more at Knox. Then getting the opportunity to go to Maritime, then balloon from there. It's a experience. I would do it again, definitely. And to be honest, sometimes we have to put ourselves in some uncomfortable position to basically become comfortable in the long run. And that's what I tell a lot of persons. And persons would have seen us now basically doing a lot of containers of solar equipment and wondering how we do it. But it's a drive that you have to have from the get-go and know exactly what what you want to do, where you want to go. I mean, you have to have a different perspective of life and how you approach business. Yes, we borrow the bank money. We know so we have. I mean, a little bit of money to pay back every month. It challenges you. It puts your mind in a different space where you never knew you could actually dive before. So when you say, okay, how are you going to find that money now? And you're like, okay, then things are not moving. It challenges you. It pushes you. Because you know you don't want to
Pressure
fall.
create diamonds.
I tell you, that is it. Pressure create diamonds are created under pressure. So,
pressure.
So that is it with us now. So we tend to kind of basically look outside of the box as it relates to renewable energy. And this is one of our, in the group of companies, renewable energy is one of the lovers for me personally. We could make dollar.
Yes,
It's a passion.
yeah.
Yeah.
So is there like any time during your business development where you had a challenge where like you know them spot the way in a way not sure what you're gonna do but you still manage to navigate the waters?
Well, you see, we're always in that spot. So as I said, we have to put ourselves in that position to grow, and we have a nice building here which then we are able to finance through the business. I mean, without a bank loan. So
I love that.
so that is one of the things that we do, and then we have our day-to-day lives just the same. But nothing to us like the satisfaction and the customers. And I remember customers, I mean, well-known people have been waiting on us for months. I said like, listen, I mean, container prices are high. We're not sending out any goods, any at all. Right now, we are going to wait another month or two. And I said, listen, we're waiting on it.
Okay.
We are waiting on it. And that is it. When customers are confident in your work and your product, I mean, man, I mean, it's different. I would say it's different.
I love that. So, you know, the narrative is that it's hard in Jamaica to do the business. What's your take on that? Would you agree with that?
Yeah, they say Jamaicans have to go overseas to come back.
No, and I've told many persons, my family, that listen, nowhere to me like Jamaica. Jamaica is one of the easiest country or island that I've ever done business on. It is different. I was just having it wasn't a debate, it was a small talk with a customer on the other side, on the shipping side of things, which is shipping JA and RTA shipping. So what I was saying to them is that, I mean, this knowledge is around us. So we have ChatGTP right now, which is AI. We have Google. We have so many software and resources. We have libraries. We used to use encyclopedias back in the days.
We used to have a photocopy.
Go to the library. You want to know something? I'm pretty sure the books are there. And computers are in the library. If you want to know something, go and look at it. Then you build yourself from there. And then basically, if you want to know more, you find scholarship programs online. Not saying that it is easy to get into these programs, but at least you have knowledge and put out effort. Someone will see your potential and take you on, or take you under their wings. I'm not sure about persons who say that it is difficult, but in everything you will have difficulties, but it is how you navigate through those challenging times or difficult times that makes you the person who you want to be. And if you have a mentor and you basically say, okay, then if you can't reach that person, you emulate someone. I mean, I like Jeff Bezos style, I like Elon Musk style, I like Lee Chin style, I like Warren Buffett and so many others. But I mean, and I watch these persons' podcasts, or I would read a DHL book, which is very fun. And I like their business principle. And if you want to succeed, not that you're going to follow someone's book to the T or the way how they do business. It doesn't mean that it will work for you. but certain principles are the core
can
principles
adapt.
you adapt and make it into your own. Then, I mean, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, as you were saying, like I like how you guys met and how you think, because basically you're saying that failure is not an option.
No.
You know, and where there's a will, there's a way. So as long as you remain ambitious, as long as you remain determined, and it's like when listening to you, it sounds like there is no option to not be determined.
You know? From a challenge.
Yeah, you don't shy away from challenges. You actually look forward to it. Okay, guys. So what advice would you guys give young entrepreneurs on the island of Jamaica? What tips and advice would you tell them for them to build up themselves and to start to chase their ambition?
All right, so I say, whatever you're passionate about, go after it with all your might, with God as the forefront, and never lose hope. There might be failures along the way, but trust and believe in yourself that you're able to do it with good mentorship.
Well, I couldn't say it better.
All right, guys, perfect. And is anything else you just want to say in general?
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll piece it in somewhere.
when you're looking for solar, definitely RTB Energy. Shipping, JARTB Shipping, Mr. Ty, and we have a bunch of other companies, associated companies, which we'll definitely bring on and introduce to you soon.
I told you guys. I told you about to show you some real progressive people. If you didn't believe me, well, now you have to. Yep. We hope to keep on highlighting progressive Black businesses island-wide. So if you guys feel to reach out and you feel like you want to tell your story, then do not hesitate to get in contact with me at nurturebeing.biz@gmail.com. You could also just put a comment in the comment sections. We go over all the comments, so we'll see your comment, and definitely reach out, man. We could definitely do an episode. We could share a vibe. We can have a reasoning, and you know how we say, one love.
How do you find us? So you can always visit our website, click the option courier, or you could click the other option that says renewable energy. If you're not comfortable with that, you could always reach out to us via telephone. You could send us an email. For the renewable energy, it is solar@rtabiz.biz, and as it regards to shipping or courier logistic services, you could go at reply@rtabiz.biz. You can find us on all social media handles, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We utilize WhatsApp. We have a YouTube channel. We're just about everywhere. We're getting into the TikTok space, trying to be as trendy as possible, but we're all over.